I think I'm not gonna go over here. I gotta go to. There we go. That's beautiful. I like that. I like that right there. All right, all right. Damn, it's been a little bit. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, people. We got a funny video for you today. I say, my boy has never seen it. I've seen parts of this. I
Oh no,
say,
I've seen that.
and
That's
oh,
just hilarious.
you seen this video?
I've seen parts of this. This shit is
You've seen
hilarious.
parts. Okay, so we've never
Yeah.
seen the whole thing, but we've definitely seen parts of this. And oh man, trust me, I can't wait to share this with you.
Why are you trying to beat me up? Why are you trying to murder me? I want to be very.
First off, just to say something real quick. Sorry, I know this is like that trope shit, you know, where every 2 seconds, you know, YouTubers gotta stop the video. Regardless, I would say a lot of people have issues with what she says in this video, and I can't really blame them for it either. I ain't gonna hold you. Like if you read the comment section, it's
Very
hilarious.
clear. The language by which we talk about sex in black communities is disturbing. We talk about, oh, I'm
Pause it real
finna
quick.
beat it up. I'm gonna shoot up the club. I'm gonna murder the pussy.
Pause
Why
it
are
real
we
quick.
using violent language?
Cause my biggest issue, right? My
Right.
biggest issue with this shit was, why is this a community issue? I know white people, Spanish people, Asian people who all use terminology like that. I hate bringing it to the community. Like, yo, the blacks made it happen. The blacks are why we threaten to beat up the pussy. You know what I'm saying? They just be out here, son, just threatening the pussy. It's like,
I pl-
whoa,
I'll play devil's
what the
advocate.
fuck?
I think it happens a lot more in black culture. I don't think I've heard other races say something of that nature until I've heard somebody black say something like that first. I would say like, you know, music, you know, movies, all types of shit. Like it happens, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, we hear it all
Oh
the
no,
time.
I'm not saying it don't happen. I'm just really on this whole. It's like a community issue.
It's just not us. Just not us. It's
Yeah,
just not us
it's not
alone
us.
doing it.
Yeah,
It's a bunch of other. No,
the fuck?
I got you. I understand that.
Language to describe an intimate act.
I don't know. I want him to murder the pussy.
That's another thing. It's not just the guys saying that shit either.
Yeah.
I understand that she didn't say anything about just guys saying it, but like I think if you like it, you like it. You know, what? Let's just play. At least listen. Let's at least.
No, you know, I think it's like when you have really good sex and it's called beating up the pussy, like this whole area gets really swollen and fat and it hurts.
Yeah, no,
You
I
know,
get that.
so that's
Listen,
like the beat up.
listen. Aggressive sex can be painful, and I'm okay with that. But we have to stop marketing that as normal sex.
That is normal
Hi,
sex.
welcome back to Eight of the Table.
It's normal sex though.
You think that's normal sex?
Aggressive sex, sweet sex, lovey-dovey sex. It's all sex. Like, I hate when people do that, bro. Like, if you fucking and you like to fuck aggressively, like there's some people like who don't like to fuck, like, to, as we say, make love. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I've known girls that's like, nah, like, yo, I don't want that nigga like caressing me. Just yo pound this shit out, back shots. It's like, bruh,
I say you messing with some aggressive chicks.
yo, sometimes it be like that. Yo, sometimes they want what they came here for.
No, I ain't gonna lie. There are people that feel that way. I say it just happens. It just depends on the person. Honestly, I would have to say because obviously not every single person talks in that manner. Like, oh yeah, beat it up or whatever the fuck. You know, there's some people that don't even say things like that. They don't even feel comfortable saying things like that to their partner, which to me is kind of wild because I'm not even gonna go there.
Season 4, y'all. We have so much big stuff in store, and we can't wait on this episode, and we can't wait for the rest of this season. We have so much fire coming to y'all. So today, we have a sexologist, and she's gonna answer everybody's questions, some audience questions, some are our questions, because we don't know everything. And here we are. We have Michelle Hope, and she is gonna tell us a little bit more. She's a sexologist, and she's also a reproductive rights activist, which is very important, obviously. Texas.
Come on. She said it.
That's where I'm from.
I know. Thank you for having me, y'all. I am so ready to get into this. Thank you so much for having me. I hope I can impart wisdom so we can all have better sex.
Amen to that.
Right?
Say it
And
again.
also, we can fight for everybody's rights to have the best sex of their life, but that comes with equal protection under the law. So I'm so excited to get into this. I'm ready to pull out the toys, the squirting, the dildos. So let's get it.
I'm ready.
Okay, she got the energy.
Okay, I got my water shoes on. Let's go.
I want to start it off
say
like this.
water
What is
shoes?
like one of the biggest
Yeah.
misconceptions?
What the
He
fuck
be
are
out here
water
drowning
shoes?
in it.
What are water
Nothing,
shoes?
nigga. He out here drowning in it, bro. He need them Walmart boots. You know what I'm saying? That Walmart rain boots. For when so you can be like Matilda, you know what I'm saying? No, not Matilda.
I would say
Who's
don't
the girl?
bring children into this conversation. Don't bring children into this conversation. Let's not do that. Let's not. I don't. Nah, I can't not do that. No, let's not.
All
Let's not,
right,
nah,
I got you.
nah.
Misconceptions that both men and women have about sex.
That your genitals are the most important part. Right? I think it's important for us to remember that sex, really, to find pure pleasure, pure bliss, sex starts in the mind.
Which brings you to the point. You know, there are people that can literally make themselves ejaculate or orgasm just from thought alone.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of work. I give you the book. That seems like a lot of work, my dude.
My man's like, I'm not trying to think about.
How strong is your imagination? You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas got imaginations. Like, yo, when you watch a movie and they be like, yo, you imagined it so hard it became reality.
No.
You fucking imagining monsters and shit into the world.
Never in my life. That also kind of remind me of back in the day when niggas used to, to magazines and shit.
Yeah.
Like what movie was it? No. It was hold on. It was Friday the 13th. Was it the the new Friday the 13th where the black dude was about to beat his meat to a Macy's catalog?
Yo.
Something like that. Come on, son.
Yeah, nah. Yo, imagination game too strong, bro. If you could just beat off the books, bro. I applaud that because, like, I can't. Like, that's too much work. Like, it's too many working parts. You gotta have your mind, like, there, like, going in overdrive at the same time you're trying to beat your meat. It's like, yo, there's a lot going on here.
That seems more of like a kid thing. Like when if I was a kid and like I really wanted to do it, then yeah, I could probably
those days when you couldn't access that late night HBO Cinemax, that softcore porn that was happening.
Oh god, they say you gotta have the last button in your hand.
Yo,
you gotta have your finger on the last button, bro. Right to channel 32.
Never let go.
Go right back to the cartoons.
It is a whole body experience. Yeah. It's not like, oh, my genitals get aroused and I can have sex. It's like, if you're not in it mentally, you're not going to be able to be in it physically, especially for women or vulva owners, as I'd like to say. Men are a little bit different, or penis owners are a little bit different. You know, you go through vasocongestion, which is you're getting hard, your penis getting erect. Blood flows to the penis, making it erect. For women or vulva owners, vagina owners, it takes a little bit more time. So I really hope that this conversation produces dialogue that helps us understand how to please our partners, regardless of their gender, regardless of your sexual orientation. I just want you to have great.
Hold on. What?
I think, like, and this might just because of like the generation we grew up in, right? Mm-hmm. The fact that you have to go into a definition now to describe men and women in this nature. It's like, yo, in most instances, you kind of understand what she's saying. Right. Most people would understand what you're saying to not have to dive back and say, penis owners, vulva owners, people who were born with these things. It's right. Like, damn, bro, I just keep going. Come on, stop trying to appease everybody. Go. Shit.
No, I completely understand. I would say it's But I do respect the fact that she's trying to educate the people who don't fully know all of this, because it's not this. How can I say? It's not everyone's not fully educated when it comes down to sexual intercourse or their own body and knowing themselves or knowing their partner and things like that. But I think it's good that she's trying to teach people at the end of the day, regardless.
Yeah.
I say what she teaching, might be questionable, but regardless of the fact, it's still educational.
Fucking sex.
I love that. I love that. I'm so. Teach me.
Here I am. So let's get the questions going. What y'all want to know?
Y'all want to start with audience questions or our questions?
I mean, our question. So,
All
I
right.
mean,
Okay.
I mean, there's so much to choose from.
You think they gonna ban me on Twitch for this video?
What do you do,
I have
right,
no clue.
when it comes
Do
to,
you have
like,
to?
let's say,
Is this some shit where you gotta
partner
pause it enough?
not as good at,
I say no. I say
giving
it's
all,
sexual content.
you know,
I'm not
what would
displaying
be
anything
some,
when we're
like,
talking about it.
recommendations, that a guy can tell his girl or a girl can, tell her guy or vice versa.
So I want you to change your question from how do I instruct to asking questions like, what do you like? So when we think about sexual encounters with two people,
Do people not do that already? Like, do people just go into?
Questionable.
Do people just go
Questionable.
into it not trying to figure out what their partner? I mean, obviously, if you're just trying to get your nut off, obviously that's a totally different aspect. But if it's like your partner, is that not something that's like usual, or is it the more usual aspect of someone not asking?
I think it's more usable if someone not asking, but also I think we're just in a spot now where a lot of people are just fucking for fucking. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're also part of this generation where it's kind of like there's not a lot of relationships going on. It's more so like spontaneous sex. Sometimes it's sex with someone you've been just fucking with, but really you're not on a level where you're like, hey, so what do you like? Nah, we just fucking. You know what I'm saying? I pull up, we fuck, I bounce. Maybe I'll buy you some Snickers or some shit like that because you hungry. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, I think it is more on the ladder of people don't act. That's some partner shit, and we're not really, not us in general, but like just how shit's moving nowadays. It's not a lot of partner shit.
I mean, I guess, but I kind of feel like more people ask than anything. I mean, and if you tell your partner to do something, I think more certain than not, a lot of times I think partners are more comfortable with telling someone that they're not comfortable doing something than to just go ahead and do it. For them, depending. I'm not saying all, but like it
Yeah, but I
depends
mean,
on
now
which-
you're finding
I
out.
think it's the
You're
majority.
finding this out by finding out that
guessing.
someone doesn't want to do something, compared to like finding out that someone doesn't like something over someone telling you beforehand. Like,
Well, I mean, if you don't if you don't like
right?
it in the butt, and he just pops it in the butt, like obviously that's not going to turn into anything good. So if you talk about it beforehand, then you don't have to worry about that surprise.
Yeah, but I mean, so we're also in this exploratory ass generation, right? So you might have to tell a girl beforehand, "Hey, yo, don't touch my ass," because she might try to finger pop you, my boy. And it's kind of like you're more in the aspect of finding out, telling people as you get deeper into it, because they did something. I don't like this, over just saying, "Hey, yo, before we get started, I don't like this shit." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I say my girl started trying to touch my ass lately. Not in the bed, not in the bed. Just like around the house. Like she's just trying to slap my ass or whatever. And I'm just like, nah, chill. Can you not? I don't. I'm not fucking with that. I'm not fucking with that at all. And she has to try to refrain herself from doing it. And then she's done it one time, and then she's like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, I forgot." Blah blah blah. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's easy communication. I don't see why people can't do that, especially like when it comes to bedroom things, when it's something that's way more intimate and like it could be more of an embarrassment for them or something of that nature. It's different.
unless this is like a random hookup and you're caught in the strike of passion.
Exactly.
If you're with someone, you should be asking them, like, what do you like to do? What do you desire?
I say, but even if it's a strike or passion, should you not be asking them what they like? I mean, you're trying to have fun for the night, even if it is like a strike of passion. Are you not trying to have, something? I respect that. You once ate a 13-pound turkey. I respect that. I say, but does that make any sense?
Most of the time, this is just jumping into the shit. It's just jumping in, like get in, get out. You know what I mean? You're not really worried about it, cause, all right, you're not really worried about it, but also in most aspects, from my talkings with women and just social media talking of women talking about shit, most niggas just be nut and bounce. You know what I'm saying? You gotta actually care about somebody from most times, or be a motherfucker who gets off or just enjoys women coming, to try to care enough to do the work to make a woman come.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I just
fucking Rubik's cubes and shit out here, bro.
You're right.
Fire in the bedroom. Some people are not as, oral copulated inclined as others.
Like that word.
Sure.
Yeah, SAT words for that ass. But you want to say, like, what do you like to do? What do you not like to do? If you're somebody who really enjoys blowjobs, just have a conversation. Like, remember, I said the brain is the most important part of sex.
I've tried. It doesn't work. No, I'm joking.
So that requires communication with your partner on what they like, what you like, what they don't like, and what you don't like. Sexuality and the experience of a sex act should be, or should have reciprocity. So there should be like, I give you, you give me, and we both experience pleasure. That's how healthy sexuality looks.
I like that. You did answer my question.
Okay, great.
I like that.
Facts.
Yeah. So if you want her to top, you better just tell her. Like the tip, go all the way down. Instruct her.
No, she
You
said
just said don't do that. It's no instruct. You ask.
Well, no, she has to ask.
I think it's a savage for that one.
Yes.
I
Pause
really
it.
want to
Pause
kind of.
it.
That nigga just said, all right, yeah, like she said, instruct her. And then like, damn, nigga, nah, wait.
Yo,
That's not what you just said.
yo, it sucks. It sucks. Cause soon as he said that, all I could think, yo, that nigga's a head pusher. He pushes heads. He just pushes heads towards his dick, bruh. Head pusher out here.
If she likes it, if that person likes it, then I don't see an issue with it. I say, but if you just doing it against
You gotta find out. You gotta find out if girls a head. If a girl's is with being a head pusher. Like,
well, you just don't spring that
that
onto a bitch. Like, you just don't automatically just start grabbing head and never mind.
Stop you there.
No. They
And say-
like head pushers. The niggas who be like, they just start pushing girls' heads randomly. Like, it ain't like, yo, you getting domed and then you might like touch her head, but like deeper. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Head pushers are niggas who like, yo, they be chilling, and then it's like, you might got the arm, the movie theater arm.
What the fuck is? I was about to say, what is this? A movie? What is this? A movie? You telling me a movie scene right now?
You might
What
be
is
chilling
going on
you
here?
might be chilling on the chair. You chilling on the chair with your girl. It's late. Y'all watching Netflix. Y'all chilling. Your dick got hard. Your arms already around her. You chilling. You know what I'm saying? And you just head pushers. This is what head pushers do, bro.
All right, I'm going back to the. I'm going back to
She
the.
has to ask you.
Back to the video.
That
Get back
kind
to
of
this
puts
education.
Into context, this power dynamic in which you, aka I'm assuming you're cisgendered. This is the first time I'm meeting you. So where you as the male would be above her or have more power than her.
She looked confused as fuck when she said
And
that.
what I think we need to do is really
You know
start
what
to
the fuck she
find
said.
ways to equal that power and control dynamic, right? So sexuality and love and sex is all about a power and control dynamic. Now, I don't want to sit here and tell you that somebody can't be submissive, because tie me up, baby, spank me. I think that's great. But I think there should be a conversation prior to that that allows everybody in that engagement, in that sex act, to feel comfortable, to feel safe, to feel cared for.
Word safe came back again, Rico.
Like, we can't just be out here like, oh, I got the Godzilla dick, I'm slanging hoes. Like, we really, like, we gotta get beyond that.
Where does the unsafe part come from? If it's, I mean, because we're not talking about
Communication,
rape
I
or
think.
anything like that. I get the communication aspect of it, but when
No.
does it?
We're
What?
talking about it's consent. She's literally just talking about on a base level, with this whole conversation about the whole power dynamic, is consent of asking. So like I've heard women talk about this whole like, and I thought it was weird, but I guess in a grand scheme of things, like a dude asking for consent to do everything, like right, uh, consent to kiss her, consent to fondle her, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a power dynamic thing. Like, yo, for real, I like when you start hearing this shit, it's like I just kind of go off of vibes, you know what I'm saying? Normally I get the consent of like, hey yo, you know what I'm saying? Everything is good, but to ask for consent the whole journey of the way, you know what I'm saying, from start to finish. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's why you try to
It's
have a conversation beforehand. You just don't. I mean,
but that's what she's talking about. Most people don't have this conversation beforehand. There's a lot of people that weren't having this conversation beforehand.
I get that, but like you also have to understand there are also people out there that love that aspect of someone else knowing what you're thinking or having the same thoughts as you and being able to act on it without saying anything about it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that also exists out there for people as well. And then so for a man to not act on specifically that, but knows the vibes, but having to ask. I mean, obviously it's not gonna ruin it, but like it's I don't know. It takes away some. It just takes away something to me. It just takes away some of the charm sometimes if you have to constantly ask. It's like if I know you're into me and I know you're in if we know that we're into each other and we're both naked on this bed and we've obviously
Listen, bro.
gotten to this point.
Listen, the problem with that now, right, is because of the power dynamics he's talking about. You get into situations where women are expressing like after the fact. It's like they were cool up until a point, but because they feel scared because of being physically or just power dynamic wise underneath that man,
Right.
that they've had sex with people that they
I've
didn't
heard
want to
that
have sex
before.
with. Like they were cool up until you know what I'm saying? I
I've
think
heard
that's
that
just the
before,
whole
yes.
thing when people talk about this whole consent all the way through.
But I think that part is also falls on the man to for a man to not understand the body signs or the physical language or the nervousness of a woman because obviously it's been told to us many times that not everybody is going to say something when they are uncomfortable. That's literally any situation on the planet. There are people who will literally sit in their own shit in the middle of a room because they don't want to bother anybody. Like there's people out there that are like that. You feel what I'm saying? So I get that aspect of it. I'm just saying that when it comes down to someone who thinks that they have this mutual understanding with somebody and then you go through, it seems fun, it seems perfect, y'all was doing this with each other, blah blah blah, and then after the fact someone doesn't feel safe. And I'm speaking by the men aspect because obviously I'm not a woman. So on the man side, me messing with a woman and then her saying after that she didn't feel comfortable or didn't feel safe, my biggest thing about it is I need that line of communication if you're not going to physically display it to me.
Yeah.
And I understand being scared and shit of that nature, but I think and I'm sorry to say this, I don't know if this is going to be wrong, but I think women think a lot more men are going to be rapey or abusive because they say no in the moment. I think they think a lot more men of that caliber are going to be like that when they get to this situation with them.
Uh, so I think it comes down to now.
I'm not saying that
defense
they,
game,
they
right?
don't exist. I'm not saying that they don't exist. Don't get me wrong,
Oh
because
no,
they
no,
definitely do
I'm not sitting here
exist.
saying that. Yeah,
But what I'm saying is I think that
I
there's
think
such
this
a,
the
a fear
scaredness
of it
because.
happening,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Exactly.
why I don't think a lot of them say something.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That's kind of exactly what it is. You know what I mean? Is you're running a numbers game where there's it's a 50-50 chance that, you know what I mean, man's gonna get mad or keep trying to pressure you or actually get up and respect you. And when you run into scenarios, or you've been in a scenario, or you hear other women talk to you about scenarios where niggas just out here getting mad, pussy ass niggas just getting mad and being bitches about not being able to fuck, and doing scary shit to them. You know what I mean?
I had to put that
It's
in
just
quotes because we on Twitch. You can't be calling people put certain things. That was a quote.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
No, you good. No, but I completely understand where you're coming from because that does happen a lot. I don't know if it's a 50-50 thing, but I can't say it's not a 50-50 thing because it's not. One thing I will have to say for people to understand, or for a lot of women to understand, not a lot of women, but for some women to understand, because I've seen a post where, like, every woman knows a girl that's been raped, but not every guy knows a rapist. No guy is going to tell other men that they raped somebody. I just want to say that. I just want to put that out there because I've seen it before, and it just doesn't make any sense because no nigga is gonna come and brag like, "Hey yo, I fucked her against her will, my boy." Like that nigga will get fucking beat down. No one is praising niggas for having sex with women against their will. That's never been a thing. There's no, and if they are doing it, that is a small group of whatever type of guys they are. I can't call them anything right now because where we are, but like it's this weirdest shit. That's the weirdest thing that you could ever possibly think that most men are comfortable doing or talking about. It's insane. No one, and men that do that is it's disgusting. They'll get shamed. Like, trust me, like no one wants to be cool with dudes that do that. I mean, obviously there are guys out there that are gonna, back up their mate or some shit like that, or some guys are gonna lie like, oh nah, she was really into it, this, that, another, blah blah blah. Like it happens, but like I mean, you just don't know until obviously all the evidence and all that extra shit is there. You can only go so far with stuff, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like it's a sad world that we have to live in to think that people are willing to take advantage of the next person in such intimate situations. Just to put that short.
Do not point at me.
I mean, it says the man who felt like they had a sexual proclivity that was higher than most.
I mean, I don't say higher than most. I say I've had my fair share of experiences.
Haven't we all, honey? Yeah, but you ain't got to put that on Front Street.
Yes, I do if the questions are asked, honey.
Why? Does that make you more of a man?
No, I'd be honest with myself. So
honest with yourself, or are you performing? Is there a performative aspect to your masculinity?
Okay, how about this? Ready? Very simple. If you ask me a question, I answer it. Very simple.
Okay.
And whatever that is, it is. Whether you like the answer or not, it's the real question, real answer. There you go.
They spicy.
How often have you sat with yourself and asked those same questions?
You got to get spicy sometimes.
Do you want to come here to speak to me? If that was the case, we can have a conversation.
I mean, honestly, I mean, if you really
want to be worried about,
you want to get real with.
Also, I don't remember what she said to make him heated like that, but it is what it is.
Honey,
she was talking about him speaking of his exploits. She was talking of people.
Did she ask about his exploits?
She said, when people feel like people.
You can tell us we're idiots later. You can tell us we're idiots.
And then he just went into it, and then she got spicy. I fuck with him for getting spicy back though.
Well, I mean, sometimes you gotta.
I'm not a therapist.
Oh shit, not an easy target.
But I digress.
Why make him an easy target though? I want to know. Why make him an easy target?
So we have more questions. They can get back to that. So there's questions that you guys want to ask pertaining to sex.
I noticed you brought a bunch of goodies with you.
I did.
And I was eyeing them.
Oh, that's why you was drooling.
No, stop it. But
hey,
I am
what's
curious. One of the things you brought kind of has like a form of a woman's vagina.
Educational.
Oh yeah, my vulva pillow. I love the vulva. Everybody calls it a vagina. We refer to this beautiful relic of like human divinity. We call it a vagina. This is actually not a vagina. It is a vulva. The vulva is all parts of what we would consider downstairs on women. There's labia majora, there's labia minora that lead up to a clitoral hood.
Just a group of people.
The clitoral hood sits above the clitoris. right here. And then internally, this place where your penis goes, where tampons go, where we like tongues and other phallic items to go and babies come out of, this is the actual vagina.
Pause it for a second.
Right? This.
Yes, sir.
Am I the only one that feels like she's being spicy with this nigga right now? Like, I feel like she just keeps looking at him. Like, yeah, you know.
I didn't even pay attention to
like
that.
These things that we like. And she's like,
I didn't even pay attention to that.
this is a vagina. this is where penis goes. I'm like, damn.
I mean, some
Spicy
people
as
don't.
shit.
Some people don't know that. Some people think that the entire thing is a vagina. Like, you know, like
Yeah, but this
that's
is what
real
she's
life. That's just
describing
education, son.
It's just
I say I
describing
didn't.
this of staring at this nigga in his eyes.
I didn't notice her like, you know, you're like staring at it. Yes, thank you. That is a vulva. Yes, it is. I did not notice her staring at him with daggers.
This is not the vagina. This is a vulva. I really think we should get.
I do notice she's only staring at the guys, but I can also understand why she's only staring at the guys because I would expect a woman to know all of this. So
Language clear about that.
You'd be surprised.
And there are a lot of.
I would not be surprised. I would not, sir. I would not.
At the amount of, no, I'm talking about of the women that don't know this.
Exactly. Yes. I would not be surprised. I will not be surprised.
Language that bothers me, right? So I'm just gonna say it now. Why are you trying to beat me up?
That's what I was told to do. That is why I'm here. I am here to do a job. I do my job efficiently and I go home.
Why are you trying to murder me? I want to be.
He asked me to. I was consented to beat it up. So I'm sorry, Miss Vagina. Oh, sorry, vulva. He asked me to.
Clear. The language by which we talk about sex in Black communities is disturbing.
It's not just the Black community.
I'm gonna beat it up. I'm gonna shoot up the club. I'm gonna murder the pussy.
But I will say, I think it's mainly the Black community. I will go with that, though. I will go with that. I'm not gonna hold you. I will put that on mainly the Black community. I will say that. But that's only because I mainly only listen to the Black community. That's like most of my resources and shit is from the Black community. So like I can understand. I don't know if this is how they talk in India. I don't know. I don't know if this is part of their regular lingo when they about to fuck. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest with you, boy.
Why are we using violent language to describe an intimate act?
Music.
I don't know. I want him to murder the pussy.
How upset she was. She was so upset.
I think it's like when you have really good sex and it's called beating up the pussy, like this whole area gets really swollen.
What do you want me to call it? What would you call it? What would you call it if you were asked to say something that wasn't violent?
But did you notice that she said when you have really good sex, it's when he's beating it up and this shit is swollen. She didn't say when you have really good sex, it gets swollen. Beating it up. That to her, good sex is beating it up. You feel me? None of that slow shit. Good sex, him pounding that. She should have threw herself off a cliff with her vulva puppet. That's fucked up.
Listen. Aggressive sex can be painful, and I'm okay with that. But we have to stop marketing that as normal sex.
I don't understand the issue at the end of the day with it if everyone's okay with it.
For a normal sex act. Black women experience homicide at rates alarmingly higher than their white counterparts. And oftentimes that's attached to domestic violence. We have to change the fucking language.
Do you think?
What?
Do you think?
Was a far stretch.
Chat. I say there's 10 of you in here over there, and I don't know how many people are over there. I just get. Do you think that this language in the bedroom leads to domestic violence and the killing of Black women at the numbers that they are? I don't think there's a tie with someone saying I'm gonna beat the pussy up and him beating up his wife later. I just don't feel like that's two things.
Yo.
But let me hear her out first. Let's see what she says real quick. Let her finish
Can I
this.
ask you this?
You know,
Good. All right, so real quick, so I'm not disagreeing.
No,
Let's
y'all
say
don't
a
feel like
woman
that.
Like Danny is.
Y'all don't feel like that
comfortable
over
with
here. Okay.
In her relationship or the guys or
No.
guys, whatever she deals with, is that wrong? Because you know how the N-word, we've taken it to make it our own, right? Which is still a problematic word, but same way, can a woman or that couple take that word or that phrase and make it their own and say, you know what? Yeah, he's murdering the pussy, but at the end of the day, it's understood between them two. Is it a way to kind of like own it?
I would
You think
rather
so?
women be able to say that than allow black men to say that because
Hold on. I say, what do you mean by that? Shouldn't even be a question. This is just where we're at today, and it's fucked. What do you mean by that? I say, please elaborate on that.
that is the exact same as a fucking drunken fraternity white boy using the N-word when he raps to Eminem songs or other rap.
I've never fucking heard Eminem use the N-word in my life. I've never heard Eminem say an N-word in a rap song. She could have chose any other person in rap history, damn near.
No other niggas in rap history. Look at her. Look at the things she's saying.
She said
This
She
is a
said
God.
Eminem. She said say the N-word when they listen to Eminem.
But this is very like indicative of explaining as right now this change in culture we're going through. Like this conversation is just showing the change of culture we're going through, right? Where this nigga literally said, "Hey, if me and my partner come to a conclusion of we enjoy saying things like I'm gonna murder that, you know, whatever, shoot up this club, right?"
Oh no, I didn't hold on. I didn't mean like I was trying to say elaborate on like you were wrong or anything like that. I just didn't know what you mean by what you said. I would say my bad. I didn't mean it in a mean way. That's not what I was talking about. My bad. Sorry. All right, go ahead.
It's just like, yo, it shows how the changing of the guard is going. Like this is a change in the guard, right? Where it's like, yo, his question was, we came to a mutually exclusive contract of saying, yo, these are the things we say, and her excuse was, it's like a frat boy saying he can say the N-word because it's here. That's not even. It was off topic. It was very off topic. Like she didn't have a real response, so she went off topic.
She someone said she said it for shock value.
Yeah, it's off topic though. Say something shock value wise on topic.
Hey, yo, it's just that's funny shit. That's funny shit.
Rappers' songs and saying, well, it's just a song. The fuck out of here.
All right, so
we have to do better. Like, I'm not even trying to shame anybody.
No,
I'm saying when you look at what is happening with maternal mortality rates of black women, with SB8 happening in Texas, and women's rights being removed for their bodily autonomy, we really need black men to step up and do better. And if behind closed doors, you want to say, ooh, I'm finna beat it up, and that is what you and your partner decide, I'm fine with that. But what I'm saying is, let me finish, the commercialization, the commercialization of the idea that I'm gonna beat the pussy up or I'm gonna murder the pussy. That's problematic language. And I'm only saying that to you because I have worked in schools. I've worked with.
Before you say something, so this isn't a joke, and it's a real. It's based off of just what she said earlier. It's pretty hard to commit domestic violence after you finish beating up the pussy. You're pretty tired if you have to beat up and murder and shoot up that club. It's a very uncongruent phrase. I don't like her, bro. I don't like her because she can't stay on topic.
Why?
When she gets outnumbered or some shit, she just starts talking in circles.
But I don't get why someone saying it in a song means you don't want people to say it in a song, but it's okay for me to say it behind closed doors, even though what you're saying is that this language is problematic in closed doors because that language is leading to domestic violence and more death of black women. And
She's talking in circles. She's talking in circles, and when she's not, when someone points out a flaw in her, what she's saying, she's jumping. And it's just like, yo, for someone who's supposed to have very valid points and you feel you're right, you don't have a need. You can stick to the topic and actually explain your point in a logical manner that flows with what you just said.
I'm not even gonna hold you. That actually hurt my head for a moment because she's what the fuck? I say, what does that have to do with you teaching in schools? I've never heard anything about schools about what does that have to do with school? What does saying beat the pussy up have to do with school?
About sex. She asked high schoolers about sex and the language they use, and then I'm assuming she went and then I don't know.
That's literally
you ask high schoolers about sex.
But that's literally the same fucking thing that almost every generation of teenagers go through. What are you expecting teenagers to know the in and out of workings of sex? Are you expecting them to I kiss her, I make sure I lick her hair and I lick her there and I do it? They're teenagers. What are you talking about here? What is going on?
With middle schoolers.
And she's talking about middle schoolers
who have actually adapted their sexual behavior to violent behavior to get in bed with their peers. Really? Because we have taught them as adults through our music, through our conversations, through our movies. That is the...
I need an example. I need an example. I get what she's saying, but I need a specific example of what is this specific physical act that these guys are doing to get in bed with their peers? What are you talking about? Don't get me wrong, I see people touch each other and run all over the place, but that's not indicative of black culture.
Yeah.
You can see that in anything.
Every little thing that's a thing, it has to be on us. And I don't like conversations that point it to our culture, like it's specific, because you know what? I can kind of grasp what she's trying to explain. She might be talking about you're in a movie and on some aggressive shit, dude shoves his hand up on the wall and everything like that, or something like that. Just things like that, or pushes the girl down and starts kissing her. Movies about teens doing really stupid shit because they don't they have no real understanding, and it's it's just I don't know, bro. It's just it hurts my head.
It just doesn't make any sense to me because she makes it seem like only black teenagers are engaging in, I would say, I guess, mindless sexual assault with each other.
Yeah.
Or sexual play with each other during school time and things like that, and they use that to, get into bed or whatever. But that's literally every single culture for the most part. I'm especially if you're in America.
That is the base.
I'm sorry.
And from there, we can grow. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
I feel so bad.
I think the dude all the way on the right side feels how I feel.
Me. I mean, honey, I like to get my back blown out too. And that's the other side of the narrative. I too enjoy being submissive in the bedroom. But that is between me and my partner.
It's not between you and your partner because you just said it. You just said you want to change the narrative. Hold on, wait. No, wait. She said she wanted to change the narrative. She doesn't want people talking about that. And then she just said, I like getting my back blown out too. How come she doesn't speak in that type of way? She said it's between me and my partner in the bedroom. Okay, cool. How come you're speaking this way to us right now? It's part of your language as well. How are you going to tell everybody else to change? And you're saying, I love to I blow my back out too. Son.
Yeah, but what about people who are extremely freaky, like into BDMS. What is that? What it's called?
BDSM.
You know, so like those people that are like whipping people and
We don't use that language.
And
use
really
that language.
Abusing people.
We
like,
don't use that language.
But they do because
Are you
that's
in
their
BDSM?
No, not me. But
okay, so stop saying they do. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
What language is that? Do you mean the whipping? You talking about using that
so
word?
So we may use violent language. We may choose to submit to power.
Yeah, Crazy said, I love all women, but they be tripping.
But it is always pre-negotiated. It is always consensual. Oftentimes there are safe words. How many of you here have safe words for your partner?
I never got that far.
Me neither. I think it's like you said, it's about being communicative.
I think that's.
Like,
I don't have sex to the point.
You got a safe word? Do you have a safe word? It's a yes or no question.
No.
Have you ever had a safe word?
Yes.
Oh, so you was doing some freaky shit. All right.
I need to say a safe
word.
Exactly.
Hold on. Wait, I'm not that kinky. No. Let me break it down.
My partner's not hurting me like that. Where I'm like pineapple.
Yeah.
Like no. Like,
I'll give you a real example of why you would. I'll give you a real example of why you would need a safe word. Say you like to be choked.
Yep.
At some point,
I like to be choked.
If you're getting choked and you're enjoying it, but it's also getting a little too tight.
Yep.
It's also getting a little too tight.
The guys were speaking earlier.
Because if you say stop, people be like, oh, okay, it's just a no, stop. It's one of those. Whereas you actually want him to stop or just come up 3 inches off my neck.
I understand.
So,
What I'm saying is that I
let
don't
me
have
answer
sex to that point. That's all I'm saying.
Because I'm somebody that I do personally like
I
that,
agree with that.
and I've experienced that multiple times. And I feel like I just trust in my partner that they're not gonna choke me to death. I trust in my partner that they're not gonna make me pass out. To notice my face while they're on top of me choking me, to notice if I'm passing out. If I'm passing out, you need to stop.
But what if your
that's
face
just
is in the
common
pillow?
sense.
How do they know?
What if your face is in the pillow and they're choking
I feel
you
like you
this?
make noise, like like I don't know. I don't know.
Here's the thing, like I'm not
like you don't say.
What the
like,
fuck did you do?
I've choked women in my life, and I've always was.
See, I can't do nothing with nobody. He fucked up the whole stream. His shit is all fucked up. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm back.
Nah, you fucked it up now. All right, yeah, goddamn. I can't do nothing with nobody. Shit.
I'm very conscious of what I'm doing and what's going on. What's too long? Like, listen. Some people have safe words because some people have stronger thresholds than others. And if that's what turns you on, that's what turns you on.
Really quick, while he's talking about that, if her face is in the pillow, the safe word wouldn't work anyways.
I mean, I guess if your face is in a pillow, you gotta struggle.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta struggle. You gotta do something.
Yo, motherfuckers be out here just talking in circles, bro. Sometimes so I'm just like, if your face is in a pillow, the safe word wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, motherfucker? What? Like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
I would hope that if you got your girl's face in a pillow and you hear you gonna stop and be like, you good? Something happening? What's happening? I doubt you gonna be like, that don't sound like the safe word to me. Like, no, nigga, you gonna stop. What kind of monster are you? I need to hear the safe word clearly before I stop. This nigga's a dickhead, yo.
See, the women that I've had sex with, I've never had that type of extreme where we felt it was necessary to bring in a safe word.
I've never had a safe word.
Yeah, I like X, Y, and Z. Sorry for the clap. And she said, yes, I like X, Y, and Z. Let's make pineapple the safe word. And I'm like, all right, cool. Then I'm going to reciprocate and use pineapple as a safe word. But I'm going to tell you, as somebody who has had a good life, we never had a safe word.
You know what, Michelle, you are right. I want to share a story. You guys are right. I was too rough, and I didn't know it. And then she told me afterwards she would never have sex again with me because she was too rough. I was too rough, but she didn't make any signs. She just went along with it. And I replayed it, and I said, you didn't say nothing. She said, at that moment, it was almost like I wasn't, my body was here, but my mind wasn't. And I realized, like, yo, when she replayed it, she broke it down. She was like, I was in pain, like you was too rough, and I just like, almost like a person that's playing dead for the bear to stop. So that's what she did. So you know what? I take it back. At that time, and I'm 36, I was in my 20s, and I did have sex where it was rough, and she didn't say nothing until after, we never had sex again, and I was conscious of it, as Naisha was saying about when I am having sex, my choking, even though I didn't use a safe word, that moment where she told me what it was, I've been more cognizant of the choke and how rough I'm going. I'm paying attention to a woman's body, but so.
I think that's very sad that
I
I think it's very sad that women feel like they can't say something when it's literally something that can be very uncomfortable in an intimate moment like that. That's it. It's just
damaging to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so crazy that this has become a norm. I mean, actually, has it become a norm, or is this something that's already happened? Because we've heard about stupid shit like this happen way back in the day, and it seems like it's not changing. It seems like it may be becoming less, or it seems like women are becoming more spoken out about it. But like this, I think this is a disgusting thing that I hope does change in the future, because this shit like that shouldn't be like that on both sides. A woman shouldn't have to worry about a guy going too rough and saying something about it, and a guy shouldn't have to worry about if I'm going too rough and is she going to say something about it or if she's not. Like that.
My facial reactions or my body language change. What is happening for me is I am conflicted deeply.
And that's when I stop.
Because I get it that we don't talk about this stuff. So we're not open and we're not honest about past traumas. So we'll act like, ooh, I can take the big dick, slay this pussy, beat it up, daddy. But unfortunately, we haven't fully, a lot of people have not fully processed their sexual trauma. So in the moment, they can have a PTSD reaction, and they may or may not have even realized that it would come up for them. Like the person you thought you were having, was enjoying it. And because we have not been educated on language, we have not been taught how to have these conversations, we continue to put ourselves in positions where we can be hurt. And then we don't talk about them and we move on to the next relationship. All my friends are like, ooh, girl, he was the worst dick ever. And I'll always be like, well, did you tell him? No, girl, I just stopped calling him. Thank you for throwing him back out into the dating pool. So now I can catch his raggedy ass and have bad sex with him. We as a community, and it's not just, I mean, black and brown people, we have not.
Could you tell a girl that she's bad at sex?
I probably no. I probably tell my homies. I talk about to the homies, bro. Bro, shit. I talk about to the homies, my homies or my girl homie, bro. But nah, I couldn't. It's weird, bro. It makes you feel weird, and then it's weird, like though, to say a girl's bad at sex because then you run into the weren't you doing crowd. Like, nah, that sounded like you were bad at sex, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
I mean, that does happen a lot.
Tell these people, you can't honestly say, like, yo, she was bad at sex. Like I don't know if you remember, but we used to call them fish. We used to call them fishes. Girls who just lay there and don't do anything. That's a fish. Why would you want to, like, on a real tip, why would you want to sit there and have sex with someone who doesn't do anything, right? If a girl's sitting there and not doing anything and just letting you pound her out, like, yo, I would be like, yo, she's bad at sex. That is horrible sex we just had. That's like, it's like fucking a blow up doll at that point.
But you said you wouldn't tell her though.
No, I'm not. I'm still not gonna tell her. Then,
so you're just gonna throw her? Thanks for throwing her back in the pool so I can catch her raggedy ass. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Yo, I mean, it'd be like that, bro. I mean, so here's the thing. You probably wouldn't catch her raggedy ass because I'd tell you. Like, yo, man, you trash, bro. Like, man.
She said her friend told her, and she said thanks.
Exactly. So she sound dumb because, like, nah, you ain't got to worry about it. Some scrando got to worry about it. Let the scrando worry about the trash dick, right?
Yeah.
Been given a space where we feel safe talking about sex and sexuality. And a part of that is connected to the long history of sexual trauma we have experienced here and within our families.
I don't know. Oh, you were gonna say something? I feel like a lot of women actually like they don't really enjoy sex.
Wait, so hold on. So does this automatically pertain to women that have sexual trauma? So a regular woman just couldn't just feel this way?
No, she kind of said it. It was the least mentioned thing, but she kind of said it that it regular women too.
I'm just asking. I'm literally just asking a question. I don't know. I'm not a girl, so I'm
no. She said she kind of mentioned it. She mentioned regular women too.
Okay. All right.
They do it for their partner, so they don't really express to their partner how they feel about it.
Right.
A lot of women will go have sex with a dude and act like, I came. No, bitch, you didn't bust a nut.
Come on.
You never did.
Talk about it.
A lot of women don't come from sex. A lot of women do things to please their partner. They don't do things to please themselves.
Hold on, wait. What does she mean by that? As in, like, she's saying, like, I came, like, I faked my nut to the point where I thought I came, or she's saying, no, I'm just telling my friends I came, but I didn't.
No, she's saying literally just acting like she came to a man because what she's saying is most women don't they don't enjoy sex. They don't really do sex for them. They do sex for the male, essentially, what she's saying.
I used to do that at first, but now I please myself, and I turn myself on so much that he get turned on, and he will be like, "Oh shit, you turning," you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm done worrying about like dude, because a lot of time we don't enjoy it. Like we're self-critical, we act like we do. You could have that face, but fix your face. But like we don't know. A lot of time women don't really enjoy sex, and they don't know how to say that. Like then we leave the relationship, like you said. They be like, "Yo, his dick was whack. I didn't like the way he had sex with me," but we never talked about it.
You got Michelle thinking you were Rico. She's like, "Are they dating?" I was like, "No, they're not dating."
Are they dating?
She's just looking
No,
for
but you're
love.
right, Danny.
So look,
You have to learn.
A lot of women don't be enjoying sex. That sucks. That really sucks. I just want to put that out there. I'm sorry, that sucks.
Like, the percentage of women that actually orgasm is like crazy dumb low.
Is it crazy dumb low? I thought it was like
crazy dumb low.
Hold on, the women that actually orgasm or the women that never orgasmed?
No, the women that well, it don't matter either way. It's so if 92% don't orgasm, 8% do orgasm. It's a crazy low ass number.
You think 8%? Only 8% of women orgasm on the planet?
No, it's like 15% or lower. Let's see.
I need it.
Actually,
let me see.
Sorry, no, it's a little higher now.
46% of women said that they always or nearly have had.
Always.
Oh, with only 6% of women reporting always having one.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I say, but I think the whole aspect of guys coming more or easier than women is just based off the aspect that and I hate saying this because it sounds such like a dickhead thing.
We're easy.
It's not easy. It's like it's because women are the ones that get pregnant, and then guys are the ones that just go out and nut everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's easier for a guy to come than a woman because a guy coming means he's trying to impregnate a woman. You feel what I'm saying? And a guy can go, I think, it takes 7,000 men to repopulate the earth or some shit like that. Like, it's something of that nature. Like, if all the men died, it only takes 1,000 men to repopulate the earth, be something like that. But because a woman takes 9 months to deliver a kid, that's the issue there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the orgasm aspect of it. Which is why I think men can orgasm so much easier than women. Because I don't think women need to orgasm to get pregnant. I don't believe so. I'm sorry, I might be rusty.
I get you. From a base like biology standpoint.
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Yeah. From a base biology standpoint, no, women don't need to come to get pregnant. So
That's what I'm
I
saying.
can
I'm not
understand where
saying
you're
I'm
going
not
with
saying
that.
like being
Yeah,
selfish,
I
nigga,
get what you're
but like,
saying.
Find yourself too, though. Like, not every woman just knows how to please themselves either. Like, I honestly feel like I learned that as I got older, how to please myself.
Yeah, because you were a child when you were having sex. And
No. I was. I had my daughter when I was 16, so I was a child.
And I was a child when I was having sex. So when I thought I was beating the pussy up when I was 16, 18, 19, 20, I really wasn't.
No, you were
and
not.
when you thought
That
you
is
could come,
clear.
you really couldn't.
no,
But now,
not
when let's talk about adulthood,
Facts.
right? Because as an adulthood, Danny, you know how to make yourself come, right? Okay, cool.
But there are a lot of
I don't know about you, but I was beating that shit down when I was in my teenage years. I don't care what nobody said. Shit. Hey, that's what they was telling me. I was beating it down. Oh, don't blah blah. Nah, yeah, I was nah, fuck. I'm joking.
adult people who don't know how to make themselves come.
that is true. And I'm not. Listen, I am not saying that doesn't exist.
We too far into
All I'm
adulthood for
saying
you not to
is,
know how to make
let's
yourself
speak
come.
On the adults that do also know how to make themselves come and are open.
So let's talk about adults who have experienced assault and now can't come because they have a blockage, because that's more of the population than people who are comfortable with. I'm not bagging what you're saying.
Listen, I don't know.
So my question
can't
to
speak
you,
on that.
how do we get to the other side of that? So
I think it's a combination of things. It's checking in with yourself and identifying what raises
What the
red
fuck was that
flags
smile?
in you when you're with your partner, right?
I think some people even. I've had a situation recently, and I say recently by within the last.
After this, I'm gonna turn it off.
Where someone I was dating with, she had some type of trauma in her life early on in her life, well before I met her, and some of the acts that I guess happened to her actually helped make her come, which was kind of strange to me.
Oh, like a trauma bond kind of.
Probably.
There definitely is something like that, and there are some studies that speak to individuals who have experienced sexual assault who move into spaces of BDSM as a way to reclaim their power. And sometimes people do explore their sexuality and their sexual power and their prowess and their dominance in a sex space to reclaim the power from the trauma they experienced. That is a totally realistic thing, right? I guess what I'm saying is, I'm not here to judge anybody or what they want to do sexually.
Are you?
I just think we have to find a way to be more conversational prior to fucking. Like, can we talk about a safe word? Even if you ain't finna pull my hair.
Let me ask you a question. How do you have that conversation? Because I think
That's
a lot
what
of
I'm saying, like,
because so some of us, I'm an over communicator, so I'm going to be very direct, very specific, and very like 1, 2, 3 about what I want. But a lot of people don't take well to that, and other people don't communicate that same way. So someone who's not used to communicating like that, what would you tell them regarding starting that conversation with their partner? And this is from a woman.
Honestly, I would say just find someone who you can actually talk to like that with at the end of the day. I would say if that's how you need to communicate, you need to get by them. Like it's that important. You're gonna have to talk to your partner eventually. I would say like it's not something like you can just gloss over at the end of the day. You have to look at that and say something. You can't just be like, all right, well it's gonna make my partner feel some type of way. I can't say something, and then I just gotta stand on this shit. Like, nah, that's not, I don't think that's how it should work. I mean, I understand it's scary trying to talk to your partner about things sometimes, but like, honestly, you gotta suck it up if you want shit to work out in the long end, right?
A lot of people lack emotional intelligence, though. That's the problem here. A lot of people lack emotional intelligence. So, like, you're out
Common
here
sense
talking,
as well.
she's out here talking about, yeah, but I mean, like, she's out here talking about, she's an over communicator, and that's who she is. You know what I'm saying? Find the over communicator. Stop trying to, emotionally, right? Have some intelligence and be like, yo, if I'm a big communicator, realistically, you probably can't be with somebody who doesn't communicate like that. Love languages speak into these things and everything. And part of this, right, is just, a lot of people, a lot of us now are just having meaningless, pointless sex because why not? But it's like, then you get into, but he didn't communicate. It's like, yeah, it was meaningless, pointless sex. You find each other attractive. Y'all get hot and bothered around each other. So y'all fuck.
Yeah.
There's no real thing getting you mentally there. There's no real mental connection getting that popping.
I say, no, you're right. I say, I completely agree with that. I say, everybody, I hope that you learned something tonight. I hope, this was educational for you. This is not going on YouTube. It's not going anywhere else. It's staying here. It's going to get deleted in a few days just because I'm scared. But regardless, if you liked what you saw, please, give a like. If you didn't like it, dislike. You want to comment, you want to say something, you got any questions, you want to ask anything of that nature, leave those down. You want to check out any of the other videos or reactions that we've done or anything of that nature, please check me out on any other platform. I know you've seen that big ass square that's been popping up throughout the entire video, damn near almost every 60 seconds. So those are all my plugs. If you would like to, go follow those. Go follow my boy over here at CareFreeRree. Care, and y'all know how to spell care, obviously, and then you know how to spell free. And then it's RREE at the end. Beautiful. And that's literally at all platforms. I thank all of you for coming to see this show. I'm not going to say I'm going to be here soon again because I don't know when I'm going to stream again. I've been very lazy and I've been a horrible person when it comes down to it. But regardless of all of that, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for coming to the show. Good morning, good evening, and good night.